Recording. Should screen. Start
The
broadcast.
broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
All right, guys. Sorry for the late start. What I want to do today, something a little bit different. I want to actually just dive straight into the SEO strategy for this particular week, and we got some other things that we can cover at the end. Okay. Now, one of the things that has been come up that Robert just told me is that people are complaining. There's too many emails coming. What I've done is, if you go into the slide links are in the chat box in here. Okay. What you need to do is go into the slides, go to slide number 5, and you will see a link here. This is a promotion-free Aweber list. Okay, that's just for updates and stuff like that. You will get promotions in there if it's something that I am releasing. Okay, just to make you aware, there's discounts or a better release price and stuff like that. Or if we get some update news, we will put it in there. Okay, if you don't want to receive any promotional emails for any affiliate offers that we might be promoting, then you won't get them if you're on this list. Okay, that will be completely promotion free unless I've got a new software, basically. Okay, and that way you can still keep up with the updates without being bothered. So if you subscribe to this one and unsubscribe to the other ones that you might be in, then you'll be okay. You won't get hassled. Okay, what will happen though with this list is whenever I do a new blog post, it will automatically send an email to inform you there's a new blog post there, which means the webinar replays and everything else is there with the slides and whatever else we might put in there. But that's a better option for a lot of people who don't want to see the promotions. Okay. So what I want to do this week, I want to talk about the Parasite platforms. This is sort of the second one we did last week, SlideShare. This week, we're going to talk about LinkedIn Pulse. Okay, LinkedIn Pulse is ranking. I've just been having a look inside. Let me just see if I can find it in here. Yeah, I've just been having a look at a couple of the launches from last week. If I pull this one over here, you can see here, Publish Vault, we actually promoted that one last week, and you can see up here, LinkedIn Pulse is ranking at #1. Okay, this one will rank pretty well. I haven't reversed engineered to find out what kind of backlinks and stuff they're getting, but I wanted to approach it a little bit differently because it shouldn't be used just for the purpose of ranking. What you want to do with a site like LinkedIn is you want to be able to target the people who go in there. Okay, you can get a lot of traffic from it basically, and there's all kinds of people in there. There's people that could give you business for local SEO. You got people who can give you business for your own products or services that you might have. You can go very niche with it as well because there's a lot of people in there with varied interests and stuff like that. And plus, you can do the affiliate stuff, as you can see what they just did there. Okay, so there's a lot of people interested in SEO and marketing online and stuff like that. There is a big marketing interest within that forum. So I just started to think about, when we're looking at these platforms, we should be asking ourselves some questions before we go and create any content, because it's not just one piece of content should fit all. Okay, and so I've developed a strategy around this that I've tried to make as hands-free as possible. Okay, it might look like a little bit of work, but it's really not, because most of it you're getting done for you. Okay, and I'm actually going to put this into a case study and get it, just document the whole damn thing. Everything from start to finish, and all of the gigs that I'm going to show you in Fiverr today, I've actually ordered them except for 2, I think, just at the end, because I need to wait for the others to be done first before I can order them. Okay, so what we're doing then is we're going to use it like content marketing, very good high quality content marketing kind of approach for LinkedIn. And the reason for that is we want to build an authority. Okay, we want to build a good first impression in that particular platform, and if you can build that authority there, then it's the repercussions of that, if you're involved in any kind of groups in there, or you're answering some people for some advice, and then they come back and they come and check your profile and check what posts you've done. If you've got good content in there, then you've already, with just a little bit of effort, just a little bit of work, you've already done enough by the end of this strategy, okay, to give yourself authority on LinkedIn if you follow exactly the way I'm going to do it. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you what the strategy is. I'm going to give you the links to get stuff done. How you use it, we'll cover that as well, because there's multiple ways you can use this strategy. Okay, and we'll get into that as well. So I've put in some questions in here, and we should ask ourselves these questions for any kind of platform that we're going to be using. If you want to do some serious sort of content marketing, if you want to do marketing like a pro and not just SEO for the sake of getting backlinks, okay? It's two different things, okay? Two completely different things. If you want to just go and get SEO backlinks, do whatever you like. Really do whatever you like. You can blast, you can use tools like Video Send Off or whatever. If you want to do content marketing, which is a completely different thing, where you're building authority, where you're building trust, where you're building a following, yeah, then it's a slightly different thing. And that's the kind of questions here for that scenario, okay? I'm not going to go through all of them. You can read them in your own time so that we can just kick on and get straight into this strategy, okay? So in here, you can see I've got some links and stuff. So what we're doing is we're doing what I'm calling hands-free authority webinar strategy, okay? So what I've done is I've gone into Fiverr and I thought about how we could use LinkedIn. What kind of content should be in there? The conclusion I came up with is we should create authority content, okay? We should be making a very, very good first impression when they come into LinkedIn to our profiles and look at the posts that we've been doing, okay? They should not be seeing some spammy stuff. Okay, they should be seeing very, very high quality stuff, and that makes them interested anytime you're going to make a post. Okay, that means they will want to know more about you. Ideally, they're going to sign up for your email list, and that means you can retarget to them, and that means you can monetize them multiple times. Okay, which is why we're doing all of this stuff. Okay, so all this in here, in this slide number 8, I think it is, this is the exact steps, okay? This is the exact steps where you can go and order stuff, okay? But let me talk you through it first before you go and do that. Now, I've ordered, I think this morning, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 of these, maybe 3 I haven't done yet, okay? And if you're doing local, there's an extra one there as well. Now, how we can use this? Basically, what we can do in here, there's multiple things. If you're doing local, if you're doing local SEO services, if you've got clients, this is perfect because you can get them to do something that can be recorded into a webinar. You could just take the most common asked questions within that particular niche or within that business, and you know, for what their customers are asking, what is the things that they need to know, what is the most common questions they get, and you could put that inside, you know, a webinar. And a webinar can be as little as 15 minutes, 20 minutes. It doesn't have to be an hour and a half, okay? And I've done this before for clients, and I know that the last time I spoke to them, they had sold 3 franchises worth well over $100,000 each, just by that webinar that we created for them. And all I did was get them to sit there with the microphone, and you know, the CEO was talking to his director or whatever, and they just asked the questions, and the other one answered. And we had just broken all that down and put it into a webinar, and basically drove a lot of traffic that way because people were searching for information about recruitment agencies, franchises, and things like that. And he's sitting there with the webinar, with the Q&A, and that's why he had done, you know, over I think about $4,500. I think they were doing something like $125,000 per franchise. So $375,000 worth of business just from that one webinar. It's incredible stuff. Okay. So this stuff does work for local, and you can do this really, really well with local, this particular strategy, if you follow it exactly the way that I'm going to show you, okay? So I've put in here some notes, okay, and I put in here a little mind map that you can see. And we're going to do this every week. Whenever we do one of these, we're going to have the why, the what, and the how, okay? This way, you can get more sense from the way that I'm thinking to make it more understandable for you, so that when you see these gigs, they're making perfect sense to you, okay? Hopefully, okay? So anyway, this is what we're doing, and I'm going to put this in a video. I'm going to start doing this from this week, so I'll start recording this probably after this webinar, because I've ordered the gigs, but I haven't actually filled in the details yet. I just ordered them before we come on to the webinar. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to create a professional lead generation funnel. What I mean by professional lead generation funnel is we're going to make it very, very high quality. It's going to be high quality PowerPoints. There's going to be high quality delivery of the recording. There's going to be high quality delivery of the transcripts of actionable steps that we're going to give them in a PDF. We're going to give them a checklist in a PDF, and we're going to give them everything they need. It's going to be very, very high quality content marketing, okay, from beginning to the end. So that when they come in or when they find you by accident or when they find you because they're on a webinar or when they find you because they're on a hangout or when they find you because they've seen the replay somewhere, then they're going to be really impressed by what you've given them, okay? And you only need to do this one time, and you can do this really, really well. If it's for example, for your own services, if you're doing the offline stuff, or if you're doing affiliate stuff, you can do affiliate stuff like this as well, but you've just got to take a slightly different approach. You're not talking about things like publish vault review. You're not talking about things like Longtail Pro review. What you would do for something like Longtail Pro, for example, you would say the top keyword tool for getting long-tail keywords with a case study, something like that. You want to give them something that is really meaningful, something that you have tested, something that they can walk away with actionable steps, okay? By the end of it, you want them to think, I want to buy that, okay? You can still have keywords like long-tail review in there, but that's not your title. You're taking a different approach because you're in LinkedIn, and I think we should do this anyway. And in any kind of launch jacking, if you're doing that kind of stuff, is to put in a really good, compelling headline that is talking about, or is based around what that particular product does, instead of just taking the product name and the word review. Everybody is doing review, discount, bonus, and it's all the same kind of stuff. And there's some absolute shite on there on YouTube where they're saying my $77,000 bonus. Yeah, right. Who are you freaking trying to create, kids? I do not like to see that kind of stuff, and I don't want to be competing with that kind of stuff. I'd rather take a more sensible approach, a long-term approach. People will be looking for keyword research tools in a year's time, in 2 years' time, in 3 years' time. Okay, Longtail Pro will still be around then. You don't need to be ranking for the word keyword Longtail Pro because very, very, very few people know about that tool. Okay. Internet marketing people know about it, but there's a lot more people who are going to come in every single month, every single year. Thousands of people coming into internet marketing. You could be sitting there with keyword-rich headlines, compelling headlines, without even doing, things like Longtail Pro review, without being on the same page with idiots that are saying, my $77,000 bonus. Okay, who are they kidding? $125 software or $77 software or $27 software, and you've got $77,000 bonus. That just screams out, this is insincere. And if you're doing that, then it's just you're fighting a losing battle. You're just attracting the wrong kind of people, or you're just really embarrassing yourself. That's just really bad marketing as far as I'm concerned, okay? We can take it a better approach, and we can do this more long term, and we could be sitting there waiting for people when they have that question, what is the best keyword tool for getting long tail keywords, for getting long tail buyer keywords, things like that. That's what we want to do. That's the kind of headlines that we want to do. And if we can do that, then we're going to make more money longer term. We're going to be taken more seriously as well. And you're not thinking about your business in a sort of short-term fix, okay? Now, this can also be done for people like me who've got my own products. I can take a completely different approach again, where I can do some kind of webinar about the stuff we do with SEO Sunday, with the podcast that I'm going to be starting again. We actually had stopped a while back. I need to pick that up. So I could be doing around that kind of content, around that kind of stuff, about the kind of training that we provide. And that gets me leads coming in. Okay. So there's different approaches that we can use, but you can use this strategy as a base strategy for any one of them. Okay. You can plug and play, basically, if you do this properly. Okay. Let me just take a drink. Is there any questions right now before I kick on here?
No questions yet. Oh, here's one bonus. Most of the bonuses are bogus, David says.
What do you
He doesn't
mean?
even care about the bonuses that notices in an email. When you get an email.
The ones from YouTube, he means. You're not talking about our bonuses.
Right.
Our bonuses are not.
Promotions.
Ah, okay.
No, not our bonus.
Yeah.
Most people, $77,000 bonus.
Yeah, it's a lot of shite. That's sorry for my language and the Scottish accent, but I mean it really is. It's terrible. It's just awful. It was embarrassing. I don't want to even be on the same page as them when I say that. Okay, so let's jump into this. So what we're going to do, in short, with these gigs that I put on the slide before, or 2 slides up, I think slide number 8's got the list of the gigs. Okay, I'm going to show you as well inside my Fiverr account. I'm going to prove to you I've actually ordered this stuff, and then I'm going to start recording step by step everything I do to make this happen, and that would be on the blog post with the webinar replay. and hopefully that's going to give us nice big sort of blog posts with really good content, and then that's good for people to share as well, and it's really actionable steps as well. So we're going to keep this strategy actually and use it again and again with our own stuff, okay, for the blog. Okay, so what we're going to do, first of all, we're going to get someone to write professional sales copy for an introduction video about the webinar, and we're going to distribute that around LinkedIn groups. Okay, we're going to take that webinar, we're going to put it into some LinkedIn groups. Okay, we're going to tell people that we have a high value webinar about this particular topic, and we're going to put it inside, for example, with me, it's going to go inside some SEO groups, it's going to go inside some internet marketing groups, some traffic groups. Okay, we're going to do some LinkedIn advertising as well, which is not on here, but you will see me doing that. And we're going to do some Twitter advertising as well, which again is not on here, but you will see me doing that, okay, in the course. So what we're doing, we're getting good professional sales copy to come and join the webinar, and we're going to get someone to create very, very high quality PowerPoints around the webinar, okay. This means that when people come in, they will have something visually appealing. It won't look like what you're looking at here. To me, that is not visually appealing. It's a step-by-step. It's just the way my mind works, okay. If I give that to someone else, he can make that, you know, each one of those bullet points, you know, a really nice image and some kind of quote, kind of headline or whatever it might be. Okay, he can make that look really, really good. It will cost a few dollars, but when you're doing this kind of stuff for people on LinkedIn, you're trying to give them a good impression, then it looks very, very professional. It will give a good impression, and they will take you more seriously. Okay, you've got to remember the platform is not the warrior forum. The platform is not sort of JVZoo kind of product buyers. The platform there's business people. The platform there's people who are looking for a return on investment kind of thing. Okay, you need to let them have that trust. They need to know that they can trust before they will spend money on anything you do, whether it's a recommendation or service or whatever it might be. Okay, so that's what we want to do there. So we're going to get people to do this for us so that we can just keep moving on. And the idea behind this as well is that once you have got this set up one time, if you want to go and repeat this for another offer or another campaign, for example, you have already got most of it there. You might even decide that you can do it better yourself, or you can use what you have, what you've already purchased, to go and do it yourself. Okay, but to get it done the first time is even better to get done, because if they do it really, really well, then you've got something good that's an asset that can be used time and time again. Okay, high quality content asset. Okay, so what we do then, we're going to invite the people to the webinar. How do we get people onto the webinar? We're going to use traffic strategies from some low-cost paid advertising. We're going to use LinkedIn groups. Okay, we're going to use some SEO. We're going to use some video marketing. All of that, press releases as well. Those are all very, very, very important for being able to drive the traffic and get people in as quickly as possible. Okay, so anyway, once we've got this PowerPoint done, what we're going to do is we're going to set up the webinar, and we're going to use the PowerPoint in the webinar. Now, you will see in here, I've got a gig where there's a guy who will sit there and go through your webinar. Okay, he will either be there live, or he will go through the replay. He will make notes from your webinar. He will go through all the action steps. So the way you need to set this up is that you need to make it small, achievable action steps. For example, if I was doing a webinar about this, like I'm doing right now, then he would go through this and he would make the action steps for me. Okay, I've already done this in here, so I don't need someone to do that. But when you're giving some information, and always happens in a webinar, you always expand on stuff. I always do anyway. I don't stick to the scripts. For example, I always kind of wander off. There's something else comes in my head, something of value that I can give, and then I give it. So a lot of people like that. That way you're not going to miss anything. So this guy, he will actually go through your webinar. He will create notes, professional kind of notes, okay, about what the action steps were, okay, what was the key points of the webinar, what was the key points to take away, that kind of stuff. And that gives you something that you can put inside a blog post later, and this is on your own blog. We'll talk about where we're going to put all of this content in just a second. But what we can do then is we can get people to opt in to be able to get that information. Okay, we can get them to opt in to get that. We can get them to opt in to get the transcription, for example. We can get them to opt in to get a checklist or whatever it might be. Okay, you can make a checklist from what he gives you, and he will get that done for you. Okay, very, very good kind of gig to get. Okay, so next what we're going to do is we're going to have the video chopped up. Okay, somebody else is going to come in. He's going to take your video, and he's going to convert your video, your webinar, into an e-learning course. So if you've structured the webinar in a sort of step-by-step way, then he can take that and he can break down each step and he can put them into mini videos. Okay, he can just chop the videos for you and give them back to you. Okay, you can put them into YouTube, you can put them into your blog, you can put them onto the LinkedIn post. Okay, we'll talk about that in just a second. You've got multiple ways that you can use this. You take all of those videos and make them all link to the one main webinar, just for backlinks as well, where you're building real sort of relevancy. There's multiple things that we can do there, but when you're delivering like that, you can say to people, look, I've broken this, instead of you watching a webinar replay, I've broken this down into small actionable videos. If you want to get access to that, just give me your email address, or you could sell it. If you wanted, you could say, give me $29 or $37 or whatever. A lot of people would actually pay that, I guess. I'd rather just give it away because I know the value of an email lead, okay? I know the value of a lead that's going to be significantly higher than charging $17 if you can get that person email and he's likely to purchase something later, then it's going to be worth more than $17. So you got to take your own approach to that, whatever way you think is comfortable for you. Some people like to make money from the get-go because they think it shows that you've got a higher sort of higher value client who will pay straight off the bat. They're building a higher quality lead. Okay, there's a lot of truth in that. At the same time, you don't get to nurture the people if they say no. Okay, so I always go for the email, and I'd rather take the opportunity to nurture people via doing webinars like this, for example, where you're giving away a lot of free content, great content, interesting content, unusual content. So nobody else is doing this kind of content or these kind of strategies because I'm just making them up in between, in between each SEO Sunday kind of webinar that we do. Okay, so I know that what I've got is unique, and I know that a lot of people like to watch this later. And I know that when we give these kind of strategies, that it is something of value, that has got high value, even though I don't put a price on it for, charging people, because it's something unusual and it's something that you cannot get anywhere else. Okay, so it depends on the way you want to look at it. I would always give it away. It's just me. It's the way I like to do stuff. I know that I can nurture the leads that are coming in. Other people, or you might think, I'd rather just go for a higher quality lead. At least if he's willing to spend $7 on something, then I know that he's willing to get his credit card out. That's a good approach as well. It's really entirely up to you. It's not wrong. I'm not right or wrong. You're not right or wrong if you think like that. It's really up to you. Okay. I just have my own way of doing stuff, so you don't need to do it exactly the way that I do because it might not fit you. Okay. So what we do next is we get this put into a course. Okay. Now, where are we going to put all this information? What we're going to do is we're going to create a post in LinkedIn post. And the post in LinkedIn post will give them some snippets of information. Okay, it's going to give them enough information in there to make them want to click through into your blog, because that's where you're going to have all the main stuff. You need to get them from LinkedIn post into your blog. You need to get them there because you want to retarget them, because you want them to be exposed to other stuff that you've got, and you want them to give you an email address. Okay, you want to be able to put that opt-in within your content inside your own blog. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some snippet, but it's going to be a little bit more than a snippet. It's not just like 140 characters or something like that. It's going to be quite substantial information. But what we're going to do is we're going to give them enough to tease them that they want more, and then we're going to tell them to get more, to get the slides, to get the documents, to get the transcription, to get the checklist, to get the rest of the videos, to get the video course that is being created by this other guy here. Go over to my blog, okay? And we're going to make them go over there. That is where we do our real marketing. That's where the real marketing starts, because this is where we can start remarketing from, okay? And that is really when the real marketing starts. Everything else before that is traffic. Once you've got the traffic, the marketing starts, okay? And if you're missing any part of that, you haven't got a business. You need traffic to do marketing. And once you got traffic, you need to do marketing. There's just no way around it. You've got to have both of these, okay? It's not good enough just to, dominate page one with crappy videos. You need to have marketing in place so that you can monetize. Otherwise, it's not going to, it's just hard to make money like that. It's really, really, really hard to make money like that. And I know because I did it myself before. Okay. So what we're going to do from there is we're going to get some backlinks into the LinkedIn post. Okay. How do we do that? Well, as I mentioned in the mind map in here, I really don't know enough. I haven't done any reverse engineering for anything I've seen ranking here. Okay, I'm guessing because it's an authority platform that we can get quite aggressive if we want to. I want to try a different approach though. Okay, I want to try it nicely. If you start off trying things nicely, you've always got the option to go back and be more aggressive. If you start off more aggressive and it backfires, you can't get out of it then. It's too late. Okay. If you start nicely, you can do high quality backlinks. If it's not working, then okay, go for the GSA, whatever you want to do. Go for the video send out for backlinks, whatever. You've got that option. But if you start off just with higher quality links, that's going to get people in there, then I think it's going to be easier for you. It's going to be cheaper for you. It's going to be less expensive for you, and it's going to be faster for you as well because you can just buy these things. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a link from BuzzFeed. That one is actually a $25 gig. You don't have to do that. But there's some other things in that gig as well that I ordered. Let me just take a look at this one so we can see. You can see what I ordered in here. So you can see down here in the extras, what he will do is he needs me to give him an article, or you can get him to do that. For the sake of $20, I'm going to do an article myself. I'm actually going to give him something from. Actually, he will write the article himself. It's part of the gig. You need to order the 20, and you need to order the 5 for this to work. He wants both of them to get the link in BuzzFeed. You won't get it for $5. The article will be about what he wants it to be about. Okay, all you're going to get is a backlink with some anchor text. That's the only thing of value, but it's from BuzzFeed, so it's kind of cool. It's kind of good. He's also going to put it on Self-Growth, Hub Pages, Academia. It's a .edu site, .edu site, and this one here as well. Okay, so I ordered all of those as well just to make sure that we can get them and get some diversity in there. Okay, so this is what we're going to do for a high quality backlink. Okay, the real high quality one could be the Edu and the BuzzFeed. Okay, so what we're going to do is very, very there's nothing dangerous about it. Okay, there's nothing scary about it. There's nothing dangerous about it. It's not going to do me any harm getting an Edu link and getting the BuzzFeed link. It's not really sort of black hat scary stuff. Okay, really easy stuff, and we can go more aggressive if we want to. Okay, of course we need to put some other stuff in there as well. Okay, what I suggest you do is you get a press release. I put for mass media because we do Google News press releases. Okay, we do good distribution. There's 170 sites, I think, in our distribution. Has it gone up, Robert, or is it still about 170? I can't remember if we added more yet or not.
Yeah, those are the sites that we are sent to, but usually there's quite a few more that get picked up. So
yeah.
People average between 300-500 sites a lot of the time.
Yeah, that's good link sort of domain distribution, guys. That's one of the advantages of press releases because you're not getting links from one site. There's a good diversity of different sites giving you backlinks, and it's really cheap as well. I mean, really, really cheap. If people had bought that when it was $37, you've got Google News press releases. You've got really good distribution for $37 a month for 5 pieces of content. That's really major. Great value, really great value for that particular service. And even the Google News things. I mean, if I put something on my website today and I said, like, we will do a Google News article for you, and you will be on page 1 of Google within minutes just from this Google News article. This is not a press release, just an article. Okay, we also do a Google News article when you submit a press release. Okay, if I did that and I said it was going to cost, what's 5 into 30, 37 divided by 5, so it's going to be something like $8 or something like that. It's going to be less than $8. If I said it's going to cost you $7.50, a lot of people would buy that all day long. All day long they would buy that. But when you say to them there's 5 press releases per month, they kind of don't, or they buy it but they don't use it. Okay, they don't see the value of it. They don't actually see what we've actually got there, which kind of drives me nuts sometimes. We need to address that and let people see properly what we got there. But for the sake of $7.50, you could have something like that if you've got that mass media SEO package. Okay, you are getting a Google News article done at the same time as a press release. Okay, which is really, really important because it means fast ranking. And it gets picked up as well. I've noticed with Google News, it gets picked up and syndicated a lot just from there as well. Okay. So anyway, that's another promotional strategy for the mass media SEO. And then what we're going to do is we're going to try just test something. There's only one of these I could find in Fiverr, probably in SEO Clicks. I'm going to find more, where they will do some views into your LinkedIn post. Now they're offering to do 30,000 views. I haven't ordered this one yet because I don't want 30,000 views. I really don't want. When I say something like that, I think of bounce rate. I really think of bounce rate, and I think that's a stupid idea. But what I want to do is talk to them and say, like, can you bring it down, but give me sort of retention rate, people will just hang around there for a few minutes or whatever. And so I'll talk to her first. If not, I'm going to remove this one, and we'll try a different approach. We'll try something different. But I'll check in SEO Clicks as well. Okay. Now, if you're doing local, what I've done in here is put in the local citations. You can get them done on Fiverr. You can get 15 done. And all you're going to do is you're going to put the links going into pointing to the LinkedIn post. Okay, it's a little bit weird. It's a little bit unusual, but we're testing stuff. It's okay to do stuff like that. Okay, it's not going to do you any harm whatsoever, but it's going to build relevancy into that post, into what's already an authority site. Okay, so we're going to try that and test that as well. Okay, so I'm going to do that even with my own stuff. I'll just pick one. I might do for London, or I might do for Thailand or something like that, but I'll put some kind of local citations in there as well that will make it relevant, even though it's for my services, which are really just for, you know, worldwide internet kind of stuff. But we'll try it just to test it and see what happens. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. That is the strategy. Okay, and from there you can see how that develops over the next week. I'll have that in there for this week. That really is like a lazy board SEO kind of strategy, but this one and each one that we do each week, then what I want to do is that little mini course at the end. Okay, and that gives us a little bit more that we can add into the value for these calls. Is there any questions before I go on with the other stuff?
There's several questions. John Curie is asking, does it need a professional LinkedIn account in order for this to work, or is the free one okay?
Free one. You can use LinkedIn Post with the free one. I never bought LinkedIn anything. Professional accounts. I didn't see the value of it unless you're doing something like a recruitment agency, which I actually had recruitment agencies in the past, but I've still never done it then. But I don't really see the point in it.
David is asking, doesn't the SlideShare deck represent a high quality link?
Yeah, I put that in there as well, that you can use SlideShare and you can use Scribed as well. When you get your checklist back, when you get your transcription back as well, I've actually put that in there in one of those slides. You can do that too, yeah. Okay. Use a gig from last week. That guy is actually very good. I paid, I think, $40. He was going to add something like 1,000 Twitter followers to my account every day for a month or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was. It's not as high as that, but it's adding every day. It's still, you know, I just told him, like, don't worry about the volume. Just keep it going until we get there. You know, it's no big deal. We just keep it. It's all automated anyway. So he's a very, very good guy actually to work with.
All right, that's all the questions for now.
Right, okay. So a couple of things, sort of things that we need to cover, usual SEO Sandy stuff, is ranking factors 2015. Every year, this is getting published. Okay, just come over here. It's from Search Metrics. You've probably seen this before if you've been doing SEO for any sort of length of time. Every year they will come and publish the findings. And what they're doing is they're split test. They're testing. They're seeing what is the correlation between ranking factors with particular sites. Okay, but they're using thousands of sites. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they organize that. But they've been doing this for quite some time. And what they've done this year is they give a really, really good infographic where it looks like a deck of cards and it's giving you some information and stuff. Have a look through this when you get time. There's some really interesting stuff in there. Some things I actually don't agree with, and you know, just can't help myself thinking, well, I don't agree with that. Some things, but not all of it. And, there's very, very little that you would disagree with when they've got stats and data and stuff like that. But things like user experiences is more important. That's really important for us to know. Keywords becoming increasingly obsolete. Backlink correlations decreasing. We know that is not correct. We know that people using GSA, using Video Send Alpha, using those kind of tools are getting results. It depends where you're using it, okay? It depends where you're using it. If it's to a money URL, then we're not going to be using those kind of links directly, but we will be using tiered links, okay? And we know that there's still power there. So what the kind of sites are they testing? I don't know. Are they using sites that are, created by people like, I don't know, like Matt Woodward, for example, or some of those guys who are using, GSA in a very, very aggressive manner, okay? If you're looking on Matt Woodward's site, you will see some case studies there where people have used Content Machine and GSA Search Engine Ranker, and they were ranking for, quite serious keywords, okay, with spammy content as well. And they've got case studies from last year proving that, okay? That's why some of this I disagree with, okay? Because when I see that, then it just makes me wonder what kind of sites they've been testing. But there's some good information here that always is every year, and it's a good thing to spend some time. Spend some time on a Sunday if you've got nothing much to do, just go through it and just browse through it. You'll get some good information, some good insights as well. Okay, and there's a link here to get the infographic direct as well, which you can go and get. Okay, I've done that for you. Okay, now some updates that we need to talk about. First was the Aweber list. Okay, if you go on there, if you want to subscribe and don't get promotions from us, that's the place to go. Okay, that will be completely promotion free unless I've got a new tool coming out myself. Okay, now Webinar Zoom. This is a website where we're creating where people can list the webinars, where you can go and learn stuff from people. Okay, there will always be a sales pitch in the end, more than likely. I'm going to put my SEO Sunday stuff in there. I don't expect I'm going to get affiliates coming and promoting it, but it's going to be there just for the exposure kind of thing. Okay, some other people might use it like that as well. That site is actually ready, but we decided not to go ahead with it. We're going to put that inside the Google News site that I bought from Mark Olson. It's called imsoup.com. I'm going to put it in there, and that way I'm going to do something a little bit different. We're going to do something that's similar to an IM Academy, kind of like a Udemy, but for internet marketing products. Okay, should be ready, I think, in about 3 or 4 weeks. We got the coders already working on it. Basically, what we're doing is we're going to create something like Udemy, but for internet marketing. Okay, and I was kind of thinking, and it might be a good idea to kind of force a sort of cap on how much people can charge for this as well, for the courses and stuff that they sell in there. So, say for example, you got a cross between Udemy and Fiverr. Okay, where everything when Fiverr first was launched, everything was $5. Now, if we did that for courses and capped it at $12 or something like that, then you can get some really high value sort of courses. So we're doing a little bit of research into that before we sort of release it. But what we're doing is we're building the infrastructure over the next 3 or 4 weeks, and that should be ready, I think, in about 4 weeks. And it's just a matter of what concept we're going to put into that. But I kind of like the idea that we will do, high quality courses in there, really low prices, that people can come in and, just see how it goes. If it doesn't work like that, then we can just extend the sort of prices and put different brackets and stuff in there. But I think that would work really, really well. And it helps people, the vendors as well, helps them to get some list building. So what we're going to do is once we build this up, is we will do some very, very aggressive paid advertising campaigns as well to get people coming on. So watch out for that. It's going to be something really, really good once we pull that off, okay? On Tuesday, we got a webinar, 12 things to do after every blog post. That's for people who bought any promotions from last week or for this week, if you're still Sunday where you are. It's already Monday here, so it's last week for me. That and anytime we do these promotion bonuses, they're always going to be the Tuesday the week after. Okay, Tuesday the week after. That's because I need time to prepare it. Okay, these things are not easy to put together, and it takes a little bit of time. The one that we did last week for the PBN, I didn't record it, or it didn't record properly. I can't remember exactly what happened there, but I went to get a recording and it wasn't there. So I either forgot to press the record button or it just didn't do it. I don't know what happened. So what we're doing then is we're going to redo that one on Wednesday. But there's been some updates to the information as well. It was already good information, and we got some even better information now that I'm going to be adding in there. So if you were on that call last week, or if you bought Longtail Pro, one of those bonuses from us, one of those promotions from us, then Denise will have sent out hopefully already links for Wednesday's replay. Okay, we'll do it one more time, and we will record it this time. Okay, so that's kind of extra bonus. Some really, really good information on that one. Very, very good information. It's actually very, very exciting stuff where you can rent a PBN and, you know, not have to do any of the work. It's simple, simple stuff, really powerful, and not that, it doesn't cost that much money. Okay. I mentioned something yesterday in the Facebook group. I sort of wander in there every now and again. I mentioned in there about we've got a YouTube RSS feed tool. People were asking to create a tool. I'm guessing it's because you've seen another tool somewhere else that does something similar. And what it's doing is basically, I think Tony Peacock had put down about 96 different variations of different YouTube RSS feed types of URLs. Okay. We've got something, it doesn't have 96, I can actually take Tony's and get that added in there. And then people have been bombarding me. Okay, people have been bombarding me saying, how can I get that tool? How much does it cost? It's not released yet. It's going to be part of another tool. Okay, it's probably more likely to be part of the Web 2.0 Commander replacement that we're going to put. We start working on this week. James is starting to work on that this week. What we're doing with the Web 2.0 Commando replacement is that we will build in this YouTube RSS stuff. Probably I'll add that in there. Okay. Now what we're doing is we are going to make our own blog networks. It's not going to be like Web 2.0 Commando where we have thousands of accounts. The reason we can't do that is because of these recapture situation. Other tools have got the same problem. You know, they've got these visual kind of capture solvers now where you have to take the gold medal and put it on the winner and put the fish in the water and all that kind of stuff you're dragging and dropping and stuff like that. There isn't a capture service that we found yet. There's one that I've asked Gumpal to add the API key, but I don't know if he's actually done it right now. But until somebody very, very clever can fix that, then we need to do a sort of alternative. If and when that problem gets resolved, we have Web 2.0 Commando the way it was in a backup, and we can pull it out anytime. In the meantime, I'm going to do this, and it's going to be a very, very, very good product because I'm going to put a lot of thought into this, and we're going to make it ultimate, whatever it can be. Okay, so I'm going to start with, you know, the sentence, what would the ultimate Web 2.0 blog network be like? Okay, so it's going to have expired and a sort of scraped expired Web 2.0 accounts, okay, with high page authority or high trustful, whatever we can find in this, some page rank, whatever it might be, okay, and it's going to be built around that, and we're going to build into categories, different categories for different types of content as well, and we can build multiple of these, okay. It doesn't have to be just one, but we can do it over time and just get stronger and stronger and stronger. And what we can do as well is we can put in the YouTube RSS feed stuff as well, so that we're doing a lot with the video marketing. So it can all be video based, although it doesn't have to be strictly video. It can still be video, image, and text. But with the video marketing part, we can make it even stronger by doing this RSS stuff. So that's what we're going to be doing with that, and that's going to get started this week. James has given me a quote for it. He's given me a time for it to get done. The first part will be about 3 weeks before we see that, before that gets finished, and then we'll start on the second part. So the first part that we're going to work on will be the blog network part, and then secondly, we will do the RSS. We'll update what we've got there with the RSS stuff and make that even stronger, and we'll make a really strong product for being able to get rankings and traffic for you, okay? Any questions so far?
Okay, Carolyn would like to know if you host all this stuff with one host or in the cloud, and what is a good hosting company she would like to move?
We used Linode for the original Web 2.0 Commando. I wasn't very happy with that one. Liquid Web is very, very good. We're doing some stuff with Liquid Web right now, but the Web 2.0 stuff is basically, you know, we're using other people's platforms like WordPress or Blogger or something like that. So it's just a central vault that we need that will do the publishing, and it might even be in the form of a plugin. I might even be able to simplify it really well to put it in the form of a plugin that does this kind of stuff automatically for you. Okay, there's ways that we can do that. But what's going to happen is that we're not going to have account creators. We're going to scrape and build kind of authority Web 2.0 domains from what we can find. I'll buy some from John, Bernardo, that kind of thing. So we'll just keep building this over time, and it will become really, really strong. Just the more time goes by, the stronger it's going to be, because we're already going to have some authority on them, but we're going to just keep buying more and more and more, okay, and building up, and then eventually we get into categories and subcategories and stuff like that, and it gets more and more and more powerful, okay. That's how it works. So we don't have thousands of accounts, but it will be, by the time we finish, quite significant network, and it will be very, very relevant networks as well. Okay, that's the plan. That's the idea. That's if I was to sit in the coffee shop today, that's what I would be writing down right now. Okay, that's what's going to happen. Any others?
That's the last question, Tony, right now
Okay.
that I can see. Wait a minute. Okay, I've just got to move this down the line. I couldn't see them all. Do you ever use WP.com and Blogger for any of this?
Yeah, well, what I've done is I've told James to tell me which sites he has no issues working with, because I want to get this out as quickly as we possibly can. So, for example, if he comes to me and says, well, we can work with WordPress.com, then we'll go and start with maybe 200 WordPress blogs, okay, as quickly as we can put them together, so that we got something that we can start with, so that we can get the Web 2.0 Commander customers into that as early as possible. If he says, well, yeah, Blogger and WordPress and one other, then we will do the same. We'll be 200 of each to begin with, and we will just scrape and get those put together really, really quickly, so that we can get those customers using a tool that's got some value for them. Okay. What we do want to make sure is that we can. It's not going to be just a YouTube link that shows in there. Is that we can actually get the YouTube video embedded in there, so it looks like a video on a page. Okay. This is really, really important, because we have other tools that we can bundle with this as well for the Web 2.0 Commander customers. We have an advanced video viewer, for example, that can go into Web 2.0 sites, and it can recognize if there's a YouTube video there and increase the views. Okay, and that's called referral views. We have tools that can do that as well. So I'm going to put together something really nicely for the Web 2.0 Commander customers, as good as I can put. But we're starting again from scratch with a completely different concept, but it will be something very, very, very good by the time I finish with that. Okay, and that should be ready quite soon, I think. Before we can start giving access, and we will give them the advanced viewer as well. We'll make sure that's working, and we can do that for the to increase the views. The thing is with this is that we don't need to be doing multiple of the same video. It's not like a video send alpha kind of thing where we're taking the same video and we're putting it on multiple accounts, with different spinning in between and stuff like that. You can take your money video and have that sort of distributed as part of a network. Okay, and then we can use the video RSS stuff that we got, and then we can use things like the advanced viewer that can increase the views on those sites. Okay, because one thing is to have embeds, another thing is where you've got interaction being somebody actually watching it, or the video being played. Okay, so that's really important as well. That's what we want to work on. So it's going to be good. It'll be a great product when it's done. Very, very good product when it's done, but just have to wait another 3 or 4 weeks. Any more?
What was the problem that you had with the Web 2.0 predecessor that did massive local sites? Was it de-indexed because of no drip feed?
No, well, we had a tool called Local Traffic Commander, which if you go to my site, you can get for free. You can see it in the sidebar. You can see free SEO tools. You can go and get that. It still works. That was done originally in just for WordPress, so it would create thousands of WordPress posts with the long tail syndication kind of the long tail keywords for the headlines and stuff like that. And it was very, very good plugin, because what it did is you put in some images in there, you put in some video URLs in there. It would make every post very, very unique, okay, because it would never use the same combination of images and video, okay. It would automatically build in the SEO for you. It would do like H1 tags, H2 tags, H3 tags. It would even do the alt text for the image. Okay. What we did then is I took the idea and thought, well, it can't really work in WordPress anymore. You could use it for something like launch jacking, actually, but this is where it could be really, really good because it's just a short-term kind of thing. You could actually do very, very good sort of optimization for launch jacking for that kind of thing. If it's something you just rank fast in and disappear, it doesn't matter. You just use a .info site, use an exact match domain, get a .xyz domain. You can get them for $1 Namecheap, for example. .xyz, you can get it for 98 cents or something. So for example, if I'm doing promotion next week, what launches are coming up next week? Got one for, there's Neil Napier's got one I think called Ad Heroes, Facebook Ad Hero or something. Then you could have something like Facebook Ad Hero .xyz. You could have that domain for 99 cents or 98 cents. You could put local traffic commando in there and you could have really good optimization happening just for that launch. Okay, you could do that for the short term. But what we thought at that time, what I thought at that time, is this would work better. It's still a great strategy because of the long tail stuff. Okay, it's making thousands of different posts. It's making every single one of them unique. It's doing different combinations of images and videos. It's never the same combination until all the permutations run out. So if I've got, 30 video links and I've got 30 image links, then it's going to be 30 times 30, which is 90. It would be the 91st post before you ever got that combination back again. Okay, that's the way it worked. So what we did then is we put it into the Web 2.0 sites, but I don't feel that it ever worked properly. And then we had the problem with the captures. So I decided it was better to build something else as a replacement. We will try it again. We will definitely try it again, but not until the capture situation gets resolved. Not until somebody fixes that situation. And those big guys that are doing those capture sites, death by capture, recapture, they've got a lot of very, very smart people probably working on that right now, I would imagine. So we just have to wait. Okay, and then we will pull it back out again. I might even just do a simplified version. Maybe I made it too complicated. Sometimes when I'm writing the ultimate version of something that's in my head, it can get too complicated for the coders. So might have to dial it back a bit, but still be very, very, very effective. I just need to wait and see. Okay. Any more?
Carolyn would like to know, would it be best to put her money video in a playlist and do relevant videos in the same playlist like a video blog?
Yeah, you could do that, and there's no reason why you shouldn't. Make sure you put your video at the top, because your thumbnail will show when it's in the search engines and playlists. Last time I checked, they were still ranking quite well, but I haven't gone away for quite some time. The other way to do it is we actually have an advanced playlist tool. I think the basic one, the free one that we gave away, we had to take down because it stopped working. We've got an advanced one that is still working. Might release that this week actually. And what it's doing is doing not just the SEO playlist where you're doing stuff by keyword, it's searching by keyword and automatically takes the top 10 or top 12, whatever you decide you want to be in there. How that worked, let me come back a bit. What we did with that was, if you typed in a keyword, okay, the software would go into YouTube, it would take the top ranking YouTube results, okay, for those videos. It would create a playlist with all those, okay. It would then take your video and put your video at the top of the playlist, so that when this playlist was in the search results, your thumbnail would be showing, okay, your video would be first, okay. What it's doing then, it's building relevancy to your video, okay, and you're hijacking the authority of their rankings, okay. You're just telling Google, this should be number one, because you put it in the playlist, and it actually did work really, really well. What we did after that as well, we kind of made an advanced version, which we never released. It's been sat there for months, okay, which does playlist where you can just search by keyword and checkbox the ones you want, rather than just take the ones that's already ranking. You can checkbox the ones that are most relevant. Now, where this becomes really powerful, it becomes a traffic machine at this point, because if you think about this, what is really popular on YouTube, for example, you might find some niches really popular. Say, for example, movie trailers. You're always going to have huge amounts of views on those, okay? Those are other people's videos. With this tool, you can take those movie trailer reviews. Okay, you can take these movie trailers and put them into one playlist. Okay, you just checkbox them, put them into one playlist. Even if it's not your video there, you're creating a playlist. You're putting it onto your YouTube channel. If you're monetizing via AdSense, you can make some money because these are high traffic. These are really, really high traffic niches. You can choose any niche that's high traffic there. So you can see that it gets really, really powerful. I'll see if I can get that ready and we can release that next week actually, because it's been sat there for a long time and I haven't done anything with it. And it's a really, really good tool. Very, very good tool. And also we put in there for the tube networks as well. And I think we've got in there, if I remember correctly, we've got the tool that helped to create the channels as well as doing the saved playlist for the tube networks. So it's kind of an advanced version of the playlist builder that we had, but the main part of that is not the networks. The main part of that is that you can get some really, really high traffic videos around any particular niche, any topic whatsoever. Could be news story, for example. You could hijack the news with this stuff, okay? And you could be driving a lot of traffic there just because traffic is coming in naturally, okay? So we can do that. We'll actually do something with that as far as a case study on SEO Sunday as well, once we've got that released, I think. Very, very good tool. So we'll try and get that this week out. Couple of other things. Because of this RSS tool, there's a lot of people who've been trying to contact me on Skype as well as Facebook, okay? But guys, I'm going to show you something. This is actually very, very shocking. I should be a little bit ashamed. But and you've got to understand, I'm quite busy. Look at this. Look how many people pending contact requests. I'm not I'm not able to deal with that many people and get any work done. You know, there's even people here that are sort of big name affiliates, Colin Clinker, and I haven't even managed to get back to him yet. Look at all this. That's people that are trying to contact me now. Just I can't sit there all day and do that with the Skype stuff. So don't feel if I'm not replying or if I'm not accepting some kind of contact request, don't feel it's you. Okay, it's everybody, even some of those big name JVs and affiliates. They're not getting anywhere near me. I have a different life outside of doing this stuff. I love doing this stuff. I love to make time for other things as well in my life. Okay, I'm in a situation now where we're living in a really freaking nice house. We've got a big swimming pool. We've got a 2-floor house and everything else. We're 5 minutes from the beach, and you know I've got a really nice situation here. I don't want to spend my life in front of the computer, you know, talking business all day long. When I'm at home and I'm watching TV, I've always got the laptop there. I'm kind of half watching TV, half doing something else, and I'm creating strategies that we're sitting here and teaching every week, okay, for free. I'm trying to give value back, but at the same time, I'm sort of feeding my own need for being creative and stuff like that. So don't feel that if I'm not answering you that I'm being rude in any way. You can see here, it's not just you, it's some really big name guys as well in there. I'm just not doing it, okay? Some people chasing me to, you know, do webinars for their products or maybe my products or promote their launches and stuff like that. I just don't have time to deal with all of them. It's just, you know, it's not something I want to be. I don't want to feel like I've got a job, and neither should you. Okay, I did that for years and years, and I just don't want to do it anymore. Anyway, let's jump in a little bit further. Okay, so recommended tool this week is not a tool. Okay, come over here, goes into SlideShare, and what you're going to find. Type in a keyword, any keyword, and you will find huge amounts of content, massive amounts of content from other people that have spent a lot of time, a lot of effort around particular subjects. Okay, so I typed in the keyword content marketing. You think this, if I wanted to create some information about content marketing, that I could get some good ideas and tips here? Absolutely. Really, you could get a lot of good information here. Okay, so that's not a tool, but it actually is a tool, but it's not a software kind of thing. This is a great thing for doing content research in any niche whatsoever. Check it. Whatever niche you're in, go and check it, see what you can find in there. You can find some great content ideas. You could actually take one of these and just talk over it and make a video. Ready-made content, okay? Really, really easy stuff to use and to make some content around. Okay, so it's good way, if you ever get stuff for any niche, what you want to write about, or if you're doing articles or stuff like that, or you want to make videos, go and check that out. Okay, now gig of the week is this one for Quora. The reason is I was digging into Reddit and Quora last week. I've got some great information on Reddit, really, really good information on Reddit. Some tools that we can use there as well. And I actually saw somebody else had done a course on that. Now, I hadn't watched his course. I made a lot of notes when I was kind of going through the stuff that I was picking up and the stuff that I was um, putting together for it. So I was going to do for one of these SEO Sunday webinars. I like to sort of get, some things planned in advance, although I don't actually get them finished until about a few hours before. And then I actually bought his course and watched it. What I've got there for free is 10 times better. And this is quite a big name marketer. Let me tell you, what I've got there is 10 times better than what he was charging money for about Reddit. Okay, got some great content about Reddit. We will do that maybe next week or the week after. So I wanted to look at some of these sites that high traffic, where people are voting. Okay, where people are voting, places like StumbleUpon, where people can vote up and down. Reddit is another one. Quora is another one. These are high traffic sites, guys. Very, very high traffic sites. If you can approach them properly, and to approach them properly, you're just doing good, decent content, but you're sharing some other people's content as well. A little bit like Twitter. We're going to do something with Twitter probably before that, so that you grasp the content, you grasp the concept before we actually get into the sort of Quora and Reddit stuff. But this gig is only for $2. It's over on SEO Clerks. Okay. Whenever you make a blog post, get this done as well. Okay, this is good. You can drive traffic from this. Okay, it's only $2. And on Wednesday we're going to cover, I think as I said, there's 12 things that we can do with after every blog post. But there's actually a lot more. There's a lot more. You can see here my mind map. This is a content marketing mind map. Okay, this here I started to write minimum lazy ass 12 things to do and I couldn't even keep it to 12, but these are really, really simple stuff to do. Okay, some really outside the box stuff to do as well. So that webinar's on Tuesday for people who bought any of the promotions last week. Okay, and Quora is one of them. Okay, that's just one, but this is a good thing to do. It's not expensive. It gets you a little bit of traffic as well, and the more you do it, then the more sort of authority you will build into those particular sites. So you could talk to this guy, for example, and say, look, I'm going every time I do a post on my money site, I'm going to give it to you, use the same account details every time. And then you can go, and there's another gig here that people will upvote. Okay, this is the nicest one that I could find, that it didn't look too crazy and it looked kind of reasonable. So that one is there as well. So you can do sort of 2 for 1 in Quora and get some traffic generation happening, as well as some good authority backlinks. Okay. You will understand this more in a couple of weeks or 3 or 4 weeks whenever we do that webinar. Okay. When I show you this stuff and in that webinar, it's going to open your eyes. You've got no idea. You got absolutely no idea the sort of traffic you can get from there. But I actually want to try and build out some kind of a case study in the meantime, while we're waiting for that time to come up, because we got other stuff to do first. Okay. I've got here still the slideshow from Parasite sites. It's linked in. Right over the last one. Okay, so that's us basically done for this week, except for products this week. Okay, and any products that we're promoting this week. I'm not sure we'll be mailing this week. I think I'll mail for Joey. Joey Zotto. He's got a product called Insta Thumbnail. If you click on that link, it will take you to a sort of pre-launch page, and I think he's got some free training or something there. Joey's good. He's kind of solid guy. He's really, really solid guy, and he really does walk the walk. Okay, anything he does, you can take it seriously, because he's a good guy. He's not one of the bad ones. Okay, he's definitely one of the good ones. The biggest one this week, in my opinion, which I will not be emailing for, is this one, Follower Grabber. If you're using Twitter, if you want to use Twitter, okay, get this. This is really, really good product, Follower Grabber. Okay, I'm not going to email it. I'm not going to promote it. I won't make many sales because I've got an SEO list. They don't really grasp Twitter stuff. But if you want to learn about traffic, get this one. Get it. It's very, very, very good. It's talking about Twitter adverts and Twitter traffic, and there's a software there as well. It's very, very good product. Okay. There's another one from Wilco. Another very, very good product, Wilco Decree. He always does really good products. He does them, maybe every 7 or 8 months he's got a new one, but he does very big launches, like $500,000 kind of launches. He does very, very good softwares as well. Okay, good sort of solid marketing strategies behind them. And this one's called UpViral. Okay, and basically it's about referral marketing, what he calls referral marketing. When that launch is going on, watch any pre-launch videos that are coming up. Okay, have a look for any pre-launch videos. This is very, very interesting. Again, I'm not going to be emailing this. I don't think my list will buy it. I tried before this kind of stuff. Nobody's buying it whenever we're emailing it, so I'm not going to promote it. But I would suggest that you take a look at it. It's going to be a good product, okay? But the top one this week is definitely Follower Grabber. There's another one coming up called Video Traffic Siphon, okay? Ricky Mataka or Makato, I can't remember his surname. I don't know Ricky personally, but sort of seen him around JV groups and stuff like that. He usually does quite good products as far as I know. This I don't have enough information on. It's kind of mid-ticket kind of thing, but they're making a lot of big claims about results and traffic and stuff like that. If it's good, I will promote it. If it's real, I will promote it. Only if I get a review copy and it's sort of proven to me that it's real. So if I do email for this one, even though it's mid-ticket, take a look at it because it must be good if I'm emailing it, okay? Otherwise, it will just be Joey promotion this week, and I might just do one email for this just to give everybody a break for a little while. Okay, Insta Thumbnail is a good product. Have a look at his page. It's going to be a nice product to have. It's going to help you to get high converting YouTube graphics done, so that when people see your results in search engines, it's something appealing. Okay, so nice tool to have, and hopefully he will keep working on it and make it better as well. I think he's doing stuff where you can do stuff with the webcam. I don't know exactly if he's doing just graphic design where you can just have really good templates that you can build on top of or write over or something like that. But yeah, it should be a good product. So what we'll do, either this week, if I don't email this week, then this will be for next week. What we're going to do is Lazy Board SEO. It's about content marketing. I don't know if you ever heard of a guy called Brian Dean, Backlinko. Go and have a look at backlinko.com. You will find some very, very unusual SEO strategies there. This guy knows how to get traffic. This guy has got his Backlinko site, backlinko.com. I think it's in the top 1,000 websites in the world. Okay, he's got an SEO blog, basically. This guy does very, very unique traffic strategies. He is a real superstar. He's not the guy who's got a big email list because he does launches, but this guy does a lot of traffic. He really is a superstar. Now he creates these strategies and methods and stuff to be able to get links, and you can find a lot of great information on his blog that he gives away for free as well. He's got one called the skyscraper method that everybody jumped on when it came out, and they're still talking about it today. The problem is with that method, it's a lot of work or very expensive to get done. Okay, so what I've done is I've taken it and I've looked at it and I thought, okay, let's simplify this. We can still do the same thing, but we can do it with less effort. We can do it faster and lower cost. Okay, so I'm going to do a course on this or a webinar on this. We're going to probably both actually, so that we can put this together. We can take the skyscraper method that he's got that does work. It does work, and I'm going to show you the next slide. It's got some case study links that you can go and check for other people. Okay, what we'll do is we're going to make it simplified. We're going to make it still effective but simplified and automated as well, as much as we can. Okay, so that's going to be the bonus for anybody who buys this week. If I don't email this week, then that's going to be for next week. Okay, but that's a good one. So what you can see in the last slide in here, this guy here has actually gone and tested Brian Dean's strategy. And you can get the results in here. And you can see, basically, first two efforts, he had a lot of success. Okay, let's take a look at what kind of success. He had 10,294. Huh?
When you get done explaining that, I've got a couple of questions for you.
Right, okay. So we got this one's got 10,294 hits to his website, okay, from doing this strategy. The problem is that it takes time to build. Okay, it takes time to do. It's not a strategy that's really quick and easy to do, but I've simplified this, okay, so that we can hopefully go for, good results. Might not be as high as what he will find here, but in a way that we can multiply it multiple times, and so we can replicate it by doing this sort of multiple times with smaller effort. Okay, so what I've done is I've called this strategy mini scrapers. Okay, so I'm going to share with you how we can do this, and we will do some case studies with this as well. This is good stuff, guys. This is content marketing. This is stuff that will never get you in trouble. Okay, not backlinking stuff. that will get you in trouble. Okay, this is real. It's content marketing SEO. This is what Brian Dean does. He's basically perfected that whole sort of concept of content marketing SEO. He's the #1 guy who's doing that. And go and take a look at his blog if you've never been there before. Some great stuff in there. Really, really, really interesting stuff. Okay. Okay, Robert, can take the questions.
All right, there's a couple of comments. First, there's Steve Rains. He says, as much as you freely give and teach, I don't comprehend why anyone would complain over 3 or 4 promotional emails. You're well worth your pay, Tony. David says, if you've got something you recommend, please send it to me. I want to hear about it. Jerry says, did you talk about, he wants to hear something about Sociocaster that we mailed for the last couple of days.
Yeah, Sociocaster, sorry, I forgot about that. It's in here for the updates page in here. Sociocaster, okay. We promoted it, I think we promoted it late. I bought this myself. I actually bought the whole funnel. The reason why is because if you ever try to do the social media management stuff, you will find that there's some great tools there to help you to do it, to automate it, to do some scheduling, and they're not hard to use, okay? First thing, they're very easy to use. They help you to find really good content that you can share, funny content as well, all that kind of stuff you can find, good articles to share, you can find good videos by keywords and all that kind of stuff, okay? Usually they're charging you a monthly fee. Usually they will charge you a monthly fee. There's, several of these kind of tools being used, and you will see they're being recommended by these big sort of content marketing names, Jeff Billis and Kim Roach and all those kind of people. They're all using these really serious tools that are costing, quite significant money every month. Now, I got this Sociocaster, and I said to Robert, you've got to email that. I don't care if it's not going to convert. The people who grasp it will really appreciate it, because I used this, and within about 24, well, actually within 2 hours, I had set up a lot of social media scheduling to go on autopilot. This is really simple to use, and it's only one-time fee. I don't know if the offer is still open. I hope it's still open. If you can go and get it, then go and get it. This is a very, very, very good tool, guys. Really good tool. I'm really happy with it. I'm glad he made it. I'm glad that I saw it. Sometimes I don't look in JVZoo to see what's coming up, and I'm glad I didn't miss this one. It's a very, very good tool. Even for people who are doing SEO, it's a really good tool because you can just schedule stuff. You can do this for your clients. You can sell this as a service. It's really good. Really, really good. Okay.
Okay, Carolyn would like to know if you can use Quora to comment on Facebook.
I don't know. We'll dig into it very, very soon, and we'll find out. Quora to comment on Facebook. How would that work? Well, it automatically appears there when you make a comment, so it's got like Facebook comments or something. I don't really know what you mean. You could use Facebook to send people to Quora, I guess, or you could do it the other way around just by putting links and stuff in there. But Quora is a sort of Q&A site. It's a question and answer site, and the real value there's traffic. Real value. It's like Reddit. The real value is in traffic, and a lot of people saying be careful with Reddit. The only reason to be careful with Reddit is when you're using spammy kind of tools, like some that I have got, like Social Bookmark Commando and stuff like that, where we're creating, thousands of accounts and stuff like that. That's the only time you should be bothered about Reddit. It's actually nothing scary about Reddit at all. You just need to give them good content, mixture of your own stuff. The stuff that we do with Sociocaster, by sharing other people's content, interesting content within a niche or within a subreddit, as they would call it over there, is exactly going to be the same thing. It's going to be like you would be publishing great content on Twitter if you're sharing links and stuff like that. There's nothing scary about Reddit at all. It's actually very, very good. Good traffic there too.
Okay, just a couple of comments, Tony. Several people are still waiting for the retargeting scripts that you promised them for the.
Oh, Elliot was supposed to be creating the accounts, and he was not working at the weekend. Okay, that should start coming out today. Today being Monday, my time. That should start coming out today. When we see LOL, he needs to be creating accounts. We have a delay to get the scripts for the video scripts that we were going to get done. I had ordered them on Fiverr. They didn't get delivered. What I did though is there was some software last week that creates copy and stuff, a little bit similar to Scriptball, I think. I bought it anyway. I thought, well, if I don't get someone to do it, then we'll use this. I'll get someone to use this, and we will create some, and we'll create different variations and even more of them because we've got an automated tool to do it. But don't worry, that will come. But the retargeting script we can send out today. I was actually just wanted to do them both together, but we got let down by someone on Fiverr, so we couldn't do that one. But don't worry, it's coming. I'm not going to say we're giving you something you don't get it. It's a genuine reason for it not being given out so far. But we will get that to you today, at least the retargeting one, okay? And we will get those scripts written. Any more?
Okay, looks like that's all the questions, Tony.
Yeah, okay. I need to go anyway. So, guys, I hope you had some good value from today. What we will do is I will start to do the course when I get back. I need to go out somewhere really quickly and come back. When I come back, I'm going to start with this. Most of this is done on Fiverr, okay? And I'll try maybe to do a couple of scenarios that we can use this. Maybe one for affiliate marketing, maybe one for my own products. And if you're doing local, you can easily plug and play this into local as well. The main thing about this strategy is that we're using LinkedIn for the traffic in LinkedIn, not necessarily just for the SEO, okay? But we're thinking about the traffic in there as well. And no matter what you're doing here, you can put this anywhere else as well, because what you're doing is you're creating high quality content that builds an authority immediately just because of the quality that you put in here. And most of it is hands-free as well. This is hands-free as we can make it. The only thing you need to do is, get in front of a microphone and record when you're doing a webinar or a hangout or something like that, okay? So anyway, thanks, and I'll see you next week. I'll see you on Tuesday if you got the bonuses from last week, and Wednesday for the PBM one, yeah? See you later. Thanks.
Good night.
Good night.